think still on this EEG to music conversion. Kinda got stuck with this one. It works by itself, it's a bit too slow. I don't know how to make it faster. Have to use GPT some more. To resolve some of the things. It's sending like too many requests when scrolling, which is a bit annoying. Now the idea is we want to convert this EEG into music. Should be pretty straightforward. Maybe not. Don't know. Depends. Depends how you look at it. Yeah, this becomes a bit too slow. Yeah, that's the seizure there. Check, yeah, our CPU is in performance mode. That should be fine. There's a problem with age conditions on that thing. Essentially do not work. Now, the other thing is we also have this test HTML, which just takes a frequency and generating a sine wave. Sounds like that. Sorry if it was too loud. Essentially what we want to do now is combine the two. So we want to extract the frequency from here for a certain time window and translate into a sinusoid and keep playing it. Yeah, we also want something interactive, so when you change the position within the file or window size, the algorithm will change as well, so it feels like you are generating music. So this code is working fine, playing sine wave in a browser. Now I wanna, instead of having this frequency component, the frequency value, I wanna extract it from the EEG first, and then play the sound as we go. Probably eventually get rid of this button, so it's more interactive. Don't need the button. So how to do it? CGs from another application. Yeah, it's this one here. It's also not greatly responsive. Yeah, I want something more responsive. And hopefully it will appear on the site sometime soon. soonish. I'm thinking, should we use this one? Yeah, I'm thinking starting from scratch. No, as in before we start from scratch and get fairly complicated, too complicated. Might actually go for this one and remove the spectrogram and replace it with audio generation. How does that sound? The other way, third way, so first way will be just continue from where we left off. Second way is taking this and restructuring, removing the spectrogram and adding audio generation options. The third way will be starting off going with this code here, the actual sound generator. Didn't realize like how simple this was, because before we were trying to use MIDI, web MIDI, with its JavaScript, but apparently you don't need it. Also, the structure of this thing became rather too complicated. Question if this one can be made a bit faster as well. I don't know. There's this lag when I actually click on the screen to when the response to when the chart is changing. Yeah, they're changing in a different manner as well. The spectrogram is more, just a bit more responsive. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, now I'm not clicking anything. It's still going. Why do I have 7% dropped frames? So it's actually happening when I'm using the tool. So that's not cool. Yeah, when I'm, because it's affecting my live stream. I'm doing the live stream of the same server. Yeah, you can see more. More frames are being dropped. It's not good. It's using too much data. I thought this data meant to be loaded already. Yeah, we have to change this to actually not take effect unless you release the mouse. So if you scroll through that like crazy, it would not affect anything. Yeah, similar to those. So CGJS should be file scroller. Why do I have it twice? That's not cool. Double check, it's the same thing. file scroller, add event listener. How is it not the same as that one? Someone just get rid of it just in case it's actually needed. I can comment it out. Can run it locally. Using this apply. It's much quicker on a local server. It's kind of obvious, but yeah, why the one is not doing anything? Don't get it. Still not doing it. Yeah, that's odd. Ah, that's working. Okay, the first one. It's a bit of one thing. Control 5. Function. Also, Biomedical. You need both of them. Why? Yeah. Okay, I had some sort of a noise issue again. Okay, now that sound should have been gone. Sorry for that. Yeah, I should have been doing everything in on a local server, because then it's not affecting my internet connection. Okay, I literally don't know why we have those twice. Yeah, each one of them has its own problems. Need to then mix and match certain things for it to work better. Anyway, we don't need all the meaty stuff, that's for sure. We need to make all these applications lighter, so they don't use too many resources. Okay, so that's the test code that's working. Okay, that's the one generating that sound at a specific frequency. We Can we add the frequency slider to the code? Yep. Now should we start another application? Let's try this quickly. working. Feels like one of those old school student projects. Can I also want the start this one again. So probably when they convert the EEG to music just to generate the frequency components. Change to continuous play without the button. So essentially the frequency to change when the slider is changing, but the tone being constantly played. Yep. So this one should be pretty straightforward. The idea is, yeah, we don't want any buttons. Wow, it's generating forever. Take this one for a sec. Any hertz can be actually heard, so it's a good thing. I can't hear it. No, it's still there. Yeah, I can hear it with those okay, I'll close it for now. Okay, that should have stopped. Sorry for that. Right now, from this frequency, Yeah, this music conversion. It can probably go. Yeah, should do it. Want to extract the frequency. It's in JavaScript. Yeah, this is for reference only. Don't generate any code. And now we have image.js. So just for reference. Yeah, that's not fun. It's having trouble with my microphone. Network error with ChatGPT, and it doesn't let me continue. There's only a regenerate option.
To implement continuous tone generation, you would initialize and start an oscillator outside of any event listener and only change its frequency in response to slider input events. Ensure that your UI elements, like sliders and buttons, have the correct IDs and event listeners attached to them. If the goal is to play a continuous tone that changes with the EEG data input, consider integrating the tone generation with the EEG data fetching functionality, dynamically adjusting the tone based on the incoming EEG data. This script provides a solid foundation for a web application that visualizes EEG data and interacts with MIDI devices. Depending on your exact requirements, you might need to adjust the interaction patterns and data handling to suit your application's goals. To implement continuous tone generation, you would
generic stuff. I don't actually need that slider, that the frequency meant to be changing depending on the frequency of the EEG. Is there a slider, or the frequency is actually changing based on the EEG signal? Yep.
Process EEG data. Analyze or process the EEG data to determine how it should affect the tone's frequency. This might involve calculating averages, detecting peaks, or applying other signal processing techniques. Continuous tone generation. Like in the slider example, initialize and start an oscillator outside of any event listener so that it plays continuously. Real-time data handling. If the EEG data is streamed in real time, you need to establish a mechanism, like WebSockets, for continuous data transmission. Data processing. The way you interpret EEG data to control frequency can vary greatly depending on your application's goals and the nature of the EEG signals. User experience. Continuously changing tones can be disorienting or uncomfortable for users. Ensure that there are controls to start, stop, or adjust the audio output. This approach assumes a more complex integration between EEG data and audio output, requiring a good understanding of both EEG signal processing and audio synthesis. Yes, so there are a couple of things. One is that if we have a small window size, we can then be generating the sounds by moving the scroller through the file. If there is a longer segment, we want to break it into segments for generating multiple tones consecutively. It's like the second option is probably a better one at this stage.
Okay, this is not happening for us today. We might continue next time, tomorrow. See ya. Bye.